Let's see.
Okay, I thought I was frozen and I just wasn't moving my damn self. Here I am doing the statue challenge. It's not working. I'm trying to accept you and it's not working. Mm, mm. We have to come out and come in again. The It's not allowing me to accept you. Me to accept you. You have no requests. Yeah. Come on and come back in. So, anyways, while we're waiting for Bestie to come on, I just want to send a warm welcome again to everyone who is watching us for the first time. We really appreciate it. We love and we value everyone that joins in on our Cards and Conversations podcast. If you're watching from the East Coast, we know it's a little late. That's why we always save the live so you guys can come back, catch the replay, even if you're on.
The joys of technology. So you all get a chance to see the behind the scenes. So I do apologize, but this is what we go through sometimes.
Watch if you missed something, if you had to go to the bathroom, whatever the case may
This
be.
isn't new to us.
Always save the lives.
But
I
we
was fixing
save
to wave
shit
at you,
good.
Brian. I'm sitting here getting ready to wave at you. I'm just waiting.
Now we're connecting.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Giggity.
We have some new viewers tonight watching us. So
well, welcome.
Yes, I extended a warm invitation, a warm welcome to them, letting them know that we're going to save the live, so it's no need for them to fret or be nervous about not being able to catch everything because we save every live. So this is
Magoon, also known as B. I am an instrument for spirit to use as spirit pleases. You know, I am my own person, but when the time comes, when there's a message that needs to be said, it's going to come out. And so I hope that you, or even, I'm not even going to say hope that you're looking for healing because some people don't even know that they need a healing till they get it, right? So when you come in this space, be prepared to laugh, have fun, joke with us. You know, we have our insiders, but we welcome you to join us with that. And but most of all, we want you to leave out of this space healed. Okay, that's the first and important thing that we definitely stress. Well, not stress, but push on this channel.
Absolutely. And thank you for that warm introduction. I just remembered I never introduced myself. I just wanted you to have the floor because we took so long trying to connect. But the Instagram gods were definitely on our side tonight, so I'm not going to complain. So if it's your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I'm actually Anya, an intuitive alchemist and energy reader, and I'm just here to help y'all heal. And we're healing with humor because laughter is always the best medicine. This is why
Yes,
you
it is.
will see as you scroll down my channel or scroll down my page rather, everything is laughing. Laughter, humor is funny. I just feel like laughter is the key to healing. Laughter is the best medicine. So, you know, I do a multitude of different things, but laughing is definitely the number one thing.
Listen,
I do to heal. So
I have to I have to share with the collective because y'all don't understand. Y'all see our energy for those who have come before on live. Just imagine in person. When I tell you, there would be days in school, what I would just say, we just need our own television show. Like, people will not believe the things that we would come up with. Like, the thing that's coming to mind, Ash, is when me, you, and Shan was on the bus and we just busted out in a song. We were just like, boop, boop, and we came out with a whole song, and everybody's looking at us like, what just happened?
Listen, we have so many stories that we
Okay.
could get into. Oh my goodness, like those were the times. College,
Ash.
I will never. And I always say, college is not for everyone, but college was definitely an experience, and I'm glad that I went for the experience. And I'm so grateful that I met some amazing people there.
Yes.
Like, I would never take those 4 years back for anything. Ash is one of them.
Right. That's what I was like, Ash.
He's lovely. She's another one of our best friends. So I would never ever take back those 4 years because I met some amazing people. Amazing people. So
yes.
I'm grateful for those 4 years that took up so much of my time. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm excited to start tonight's topic. If you weren't able to peep the show title, we are talking frequencies, how to heal yourself through the power of frequencies, and how to heal your bloodline through frequencies. And this is something that has been used since the beginning of time. This is nothing new, okay? This is not the first rodeo of frequencies being used to heal. This is generations of your ancestors and your bloodline that have used frequencies to heal. I'm talking every ailment, sickness, every thing that you guys can think of that someone has been diagnosed with. Frequencies have been used to heal. So you definitely want to get your pen and paper, your yak, your snack, and stay tuned. Now, do you want to jump into the cards first, or should we just jump right into the conversation? You let me know.
Let's jump into the conversation, and I'm going to pull cards as we go, and let's see how it flows.
You want to do Shody ATL in the house, so I'm gonna be like Shody. Well, listen, we got a frequency for that too.
Yeah.
We have a frequency for that too. So definitely stay tuned. So I do have my notes as always, so that I stay on track. And like I said, since the beginning of time, frequencies have been used for profound power in sound. Ancient civilizations used vibrations and frequencies for healing and spiritual rituals. Okay, singing bowls, chants. The indigenous tribes have always used these tools to elevate consciousness, to raise your frequencies, to get you in the 5D, and to restore harmony, especially within yourself, within your body. It's also even believed that the Egyptians constructed the pyramids by way of frequencies. This gets deep. This is only the surface, okay? This is only the surface. So why do we use healing frequencies? Well, what are healing frequencies, okay? What are they? They are sound waves or vibrations that resonate with our body and our mind, bringing us back into balance. And some of the most well-known frequencies include 432 hertz, the frequency of the universe, known to calm the mind and reduce stress. 528 hertz, my favorite, often called the miracle tone, and that is believed to repair DNA and to promote deep cellular healing. It's also good when you feel a cold coming on. That's great to play. 396 hertz is used to release guilt, fear, and unburdening the mind and spirit. So if you feel like you're still holding on to something and you have not yet let it go, this is a great frequency to play. 417 hertz, a frequency particularly powerful for breaking ancestral patterns and healing past trauma. And so if you feel like something has been passed down to generation, like something has happened prior to you even being a speck in your mother's eye. But you can look at your bloodline and see that something, a way of life, a decision that has been passed down from each generation. This is the frequency to play so that you can be the one to break that pattern. And you can be the one to break that burden that your family is suffering for, or suffering with rather. So how can these frequencies heal you? Our bodies and minds are like instruments, okay, vibrating at different frequencies. When we're exposed to stress, anxiety, and unresolved trauma, we fall out of tune, we fall out of alignment, we fall out of our soul's path. So healing frequencies help us to restore ourselves, aligning us with our energy, aligning our energy and restoring harmony. So it's just to get us back onto the right path. If you feel like you've veered off and steered off to the left, play your frequency. It'll get you back on track. So let's keep it moving. So healing ourselves is powerful, yes, but healing trauma that runs through your ancestral line, that's life-changing, okay? Many of us carry not only our own burdens, but we carry the burdens from our ancestors, and we carry the pain, the turmoil, the memories that our ancestors endured, and we don't even realize it. And I always say this is not our first rodeo. And if something happened in your bloodline, throughout your bloodline, and it hasn't been course corrected, it hasn't been rectified, it's going to fall on you. That burden is going to fall on you. And if you don't rectify it, it's going to fall on the person that comes after you. So that's why you have to be the one to break that pattern. And it can manifest in many forms. Oh my goodness. And fears, emotional patterns, not even knowing why you don't like something, not even knowing why you don't like somebody, or feeling like you don't belong. This can manifest in different ways, and that's why it's so important to heal. It's so important to heal. When you heal yourself, you heal your bloodline. Frequencies like 417 hertz and 396 hertz are incredibly effective in healing and helping to release ancestral patterns. These vibrations penetrate deep into the subconscious mind, because remember, your subconscious mind are things that you're not necessarily aware of on a day-to-day basis. When you're conscious of something, okay, you know you got to do this, you know you have to get this done. Your subconscious mind are things that you may not necessarily think about, or that you're not conscious of, but it still stays in your memory bank. So it's still there. It never goes anywhere. And that's why everything that happens to you stays in your memory bank. Everything since birth, since you were in your mother's womb, what she ate, the stress that she went through, everything that has happened to you is in your subconscious mind. And this is why it is imperative. It is imperative for you guys to heal, because you're healing things that you don't even know that is hurting you. Subconsciously, you have to be conscious of the subconscious. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
I hope you are.
Conscious of the subconscious things that you're not conscious of. And I know that sounds a little confusing, but in layman's terms, it just means you have to heal things that you're not aware of. Heal things that you're not conscious of, knowing that could be hindering you from growing, that could be hindering your friendships, that could be hindering your relationships, because we aren't what we're taught. We're not necessarily what we are what we're taught. So whatever we saw growing up, whatever was taught to us, this shapes our reality. And this shapes who we are as a person. Okay, let's not get off track. Okay, so just understanding the frequencies, it's not just about wisdom. It's not just about knowing, okay, that frequency can help me with this. That frequency can help with that. In modern times, artists and healers, people from way back when, have known the power of sound. And one artist that I love, XXX, he he spoke so much about the power of frequencies. He spoke so much about the power of being conscious of making sure that you're not listening to low vibrational things, because they can put you in a mind state of wanting to do low vibrational things. You ever hear a song that's talking about, you know, maybe harming someone or even harming yourself, and then you have to question, damn, like after that song, I really could do something to someone or myself, because the power of the frequencies in that song, frequencies are powerful, and they have the power to persuade you to do things. That's why it's so important that you listen to high vibrational sounds and music. And this is what XXX was talking about when he just made this widely known. And
look at the chat.
What? Yes, X. He is one of my Aquarius, of course. Very wildly intelligent. And I can't remember what interview it was, because he's done so many interviews before his untimely demise. But this particular interview, I was just literally glued to the TV, just listening to him talk about frequencies. You don't really hear artists speak about frequencies. You just hear them on the track. And when he was speaking, I was like, that makes so much sense. Like, you have to be conscious of what you're listening to, because if not, that could stay in your memory bank and then play out in different situations, play out in your relationships, play out in your parenting, play out in your platonic relationships. You just never know. You have to always be conscious of the subconscious, okay? So how can you start using these frequencies to heal yourself and break free from ancestral patterns, from ancestral trauma? Here are a few ways, guys. Listen to frequency music. There's a wild range of music online tuned into specific healing frequencies, like 432 hertz, 528 hertz, but also try listening during meditation. So when you're playing these frequencies, meditate, because they're going to take you into a meditative state to where you are now one with source, and you are now one within yourself. You are now reaching 5D, okay? This is a 3D. When you meditate, especially when you play the frequencies, you are going to reach 5D, your higher self, all-knowing. This is the state, this all-knowing. And when you are at that state, and this is like even better than shrooms, okay? I'm talking like when you are meditating and you have a certain frequency plan, you don't need all of that extra curricular stuff to get you to a high. Like, this is the high that you guys need. This will be the time for you guys to ask yourself, what do I need to do to perfect my craft? How can I heal myself? What toxic patterns do I need to break? Who is not for me this in my life? This is where you ask all of these gut-wrenching questions to yourself, and yourself is going to answer. And not like in a way that you think. It's going to be like an inner voice telling you, okay, this is what it is. This is what it's not. But all of this can be attained through meditation. This is how you guys can get all of these questions asked or answered that you guys have had that you haven't been able to figure out the answer to. Okay? Sound baths and singing bowls. These tools emit powerful healing vibrations that you can use to realign your energy and release any blockages. And they have sound bowls for every chakra. So I have one for the crown chakra. I'm trying to get one now for the root chakra, because the root chakra is where you keep all of the things also that has happened to you. Like everything that has happened to you is kept in the root chakra. Okay, this is like past trauma, things like sexual things that may have happened. That's all kept in the root chakra. So I'm trying to get a singing bowl that specifically targets the root chakra. I currently only have one for the crown chakra. I might get one for the third eye. I haven't decided. I definitely want to get one for the throat chakra, because all of these things need to be activated while you are meditating, while you are chanting, while you are trying to figure out how you're going to go about your life, how you're going to move forward. Okay, so that's why I want to eventually just get all the bowls for every chakra.
I do want to say this. Our friend Ashley, that's in the chat there. One day we were on the phone having a conversation, and she pulled out a bowl and she struck it like 2 or 3 times and it said, pew! And I said, "Oh, what did you do? What did you do?" And she was like, I just got my bowl." That's how powerful frequencies are, especially when you are tapped in. Like I guess this is the time to say it, because if you are an empath, baby, that picking up other energies, frequencies. That's what you're doing. And especially if you're a
Yeah.
clairvoyant person, no matter which clairs you have, you're really going to pick up
Mm-hmm.
frequencies. And it I often remember a time where, to cut it short, I was visiting a friend and their roommate came in, and the first one was okay. The second one, I I couldn't even say anything. But the words that came out of my mouth, well, because the person said, "Hey, don't I know you?" And before I could even formulate a word, "No, you don't know me. Don't try to figure out who I am. Don't try to create a story to say that you know me and put me in a situation where you can think that you know who I am. No, you do not know me." And I was like, "Where did that come from?" And I was just like seriously. And BJ was there, and BJ looked at me and said, "Where did it you don't talk like that?" And I said, "It came out of my mouth. I know I said it, but it wasn't me." And so
See?
the frequencies sometimes will tap your higher self so that your higher self can say, don't say that, don't do that. Stop certain energies from entering into your eye gate, your ear gate, right? That's why they call them gates, because that's how these frequencies are going to come in. So it's not only just what you hear, but what are you watching as well.
Right.
Like we
Right.
have to understand that. And so, but that initial reaction was a protection, because I later found out that that person wasn't so upstanding, right? But I was being
Of course.
protected. But it just,
Right.
I would never forget like how fast that frequency came and entered in and entered out. So sometimes you may say, "Why did I think that? Why did I do that? Why did I what is it about this person that's rubbing me the wrong way?" That is your frequency telling you, "Mm-mm, this ain't for you. Leave."
Right.
So even if it's a first date or something like that, baby, excuse yourself and leave, or just get up and leave. Hey, because you're being protected for something. And
Mm-hmm.
most often people ignore their intuition, which is your
That's a fact.
internal frequency monitor saying, "Dee, dee, 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 dee." I'm trying to tell you,
Uh-huh.
it's this, you may not see the red flag, but baby, there's a red flag there. And as long as you ignore it, you're gonna cover up the frequencies. You're not going to hear it, you're not going to recognize it, because your body's like, "I'm screaming, I'm yelling," but they're not listening.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Your body is a portal.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, your body is a portal, and it's going to either reject or accept certain frequencies. And I know you have experienced this. Once you get to the all-knowing uh, aura, you're going to start actually seeing colors around people. Like you'll start seeing like how they're vibrating. If they're vibrating high, you'll see a certain color. If they're vibrating low, you'll see that color too. I'm telling you,
Yep.
everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything. Everything is energy. So be mindful of who you're around, what you watch, what you listen to, and who's in your energy. Because when you take on the wrong energy, the right energy knows. The right energy knows when you're taking on the wrong energy.
Yep.
So keep it moving. So I was talking about the singing bowls. All right. So those tools emit powerful healing vibrations that you can use to realign your energy and release any blockages. chanting and toning, I'm sorry, chanting and toning sounds like aham brahmasmi. I say that every morning. Aham brahmasmi. I am one. I am one with God. I am one with the earth. Like all of these things take you to another level. Raise your vibrations. They raise your frequency, and it's going to help attune your body and mind essentially into a healing state. And when I started using frequencies in my own journey, I noticed something incredible was starting to happen. I felt lighter. I felt like I was shedding off dead weight. I was shedding off of other people's dead weight that had been attached to me. Because remember, when you're a chosen one, when you're a light worker, when you're an earth angel, like Bessie said, it's easy for you to take on other people's energy. So once I started incorporating these practices in my everyday routine, especially my morning routine, I just felt like I was shedding. I was shedding not only my own dead weight, but other people's weight as well. And it's been a profound experience, a profound healing experience, to say the least. I'm not just healing myself, but I'm healing the energies in my bloodline. And that's a tough job to take on, but I signed up for it. I signed up for it, and I can't get upset if my plate is full when I ask to eat. I'm hungry, so I can't get mad if my plate is full because I asked to eat. So that is all I have for you guys today. Just remember, like, this is nothing new. This is what we have been using. Our ancient ancestors have been using this since the beginning of time. So we're just now rediscovering the healing powers of it and for our ancestors. And that's whether through music, through sound baths, through meditation. We have the ability to be in tune with our vibrations. We have the ability to tune into these vibrations and uplift us and heal ourselves so that we can heal our bloodline. Now let's get into these cards, baby.
Listen,
get into these cards, baby.
I have to also say this, because when you first started speaking, I do want the collective to realize that that's why it's important for you to be careful what you say, because we're talking about frequencies, we're talking about sound. And words are literally frequency and sound to make the words that we are understanding. And if you think back to, or not even, you don't even have to think back, but watch a child that has not learned how to speak. The first thing that they do is, meh, meh, yeah, they're making the sounds, they're making the frequencies until it becomes a word. And so that's like spirit downloaded so much when about that is why it's so important to watch what you say and think. Right? Because if you think it, eventually it's going to come out of your mouth. And that's what makes the spell the spell. Exactly. And if you don't like that word, that's what makes the prayer the prayer. Let's be real, right? So when you're listening to music, as she was stating earlier, that is very disruptive or very, I'll say, disturbing of the spirit, right? That is why it is so powerful, because these people are literally speaking spells out into the atmosphere. I wish I could share this experience, because I'm really feeling the words that's coming out of my mouth right now. It's so amazing. But that is why we have to be why intentions are good, right? Even with healing, we have to say if I got a hurt shoulder, right? They would make the sound, they would hit the bell or whatever tool that they were using over the spot that was hurting and hit the sound so that the frequency can go and penetrate the body, right? So it's important for you to understand that that's what intentions do. Because even if you're in your meditative state, say if you sit cross-legged and your hands out like this, or what have you, right? If there's a certain spot in your body that's hurting, you can meditate and make sure that that frequency goes to that spot, right? That is why when you hear people talk about prayer and praying and how their prayers reached thousands and thousands of miles away, right? Because they sent the sound frequency to that person, to that spot that was hurting, that was in need at that time. And there are so you there's a there's a place that you can get to in your life where these frequencies can even bring people back to life. And I want people, I want you all to understand that we all have that capability, but you have to tap in and understand where that frequency is. And you don't have to necessarily, if you don't want to say, oh, well, I got to find out what frequency, oh, that's the no, you don't have to do all that. As long as your intention is trying to tap into that frequency, once that intention matches up with that frequency, it's going to do what it needs to do. It's going to heal what it needs to heal. It's going to remove what it needs to remove. It's going to bless and saturate what it needs to bless and saturate. So that is why it is important, highly important for you to be grounded and aligned, making sure that you are aligned with spirit, making sure that you are letting go of things that are holding you back. I know y'all probably tired of me saying that, but I promise you, the freer you are, the freer the frequency can flow through you. The frequency, whatever your gift is, can operate.
What's meant for you and what you want are two different things. What is meant for
Yes.
you and what you want are two different things. You could want something that's not meant for you. So
Mm-hmm.
be intentional about letting things go that aren't meant for you, even though you want them.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. But we're gonna get into these cards real quick. So
Let's do
spirit,
this like Brenda.
okay, so spirit show me two decks and two decks only. So we're gonna go with it, right? So I'm gonna go with the healing. The first one that came out was Opal. And I'm gonna let you all see that card for a few minutes. Opal. And it says, let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. And it was confirmed by Gwangwani Jamai, or sexuality. And I want to show you that. So the thing about letting yourself sparkle and shine is what I was just talking about, honestly. Getting to that place where you can be so free of everything that the minute you decide to set your intentions on something, it happens. And you may not necessarily see it right away, right? But you're helping it along, because there are certain things that require a lot of a lot of frequencies, a lot of energy, right? Let's be real, because we are human, right? And we have our flaws, but spirit is saying, even with your flaws, I can still do something with that. But you have to first accept, one, that you have the flaw. If you tell yourself, oh, I'm perfect, I have no flaws, then you're missing all the lessons that spirit is trying to tell you. And so many people refuse to see themselves, that what happens is that they say, oh, I prayed, but nothing happened, because you didn't see yourself. You didn't see the state that you were in, right? You can't, it's almost like you telling the doctor is looking at you, you just came out of a car accident. You have two broken arms, a broken foot, and you're bleeding everywhere. And you're telling the doctor, oh, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. And the doctor's like, but I can, no, doc, I got it. So when you're saying that, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me, and you refuse to see the things that spirit is trying to take out of you, what you're telling spirit is that no, no, I want to keep this. No, no, I want to hurt a little more. No, no, I want this pain a little more. But when you're able to let it go and allow spirit to come in, it is like a flushing that comes in. You're going to feel differently. You're going to feel free. That's why I like the fact I love this card because it says sexuality. And the thing that holds people back on this earth the most is sexuality and being sexual, because people have demonized sex so much. And I think I talked about it before a couple of episodes about how I had a manager and we knew when her husband was home because her attitude changed. And then we also had to think about, it was one of our earliest episodes when we talked about, I think it was sexual manifestation. Well, you can manifest because when you hit your when you hit the climax, right? You at that peak. It's like that ecstasy. It's just like, woo, it's New Year's all over again, right? And it's because you are allowing yourself to be free. You are allowing the energies to flow through you freely without restriction. And so, with that energy, whatever you want, whatever you desire, you can call it to you because you're in this free state of mind. You're in this free state of flow where you can tap into any hurts that you want to at that moment in time. But you have to be free. You cannot be blocked by anything. So the next card that came out, Azurite.
Oh, I love that card.
Right, very mysterious, right? And it says deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. I just talked about it. You have to let it go. And the only way is you are ready. You know that this card is letting you know right now. If you were dealing with deep emotions, you are ready for therapeutic care. How can you find that therapeutic care? She just gave you a few things, few hurts to listen to, right? Let that be therapy. I tell people all the time, whenever I was a teenager, music became my best friend simply because anytime I was depressed, I started listening to music and I started meditating without even realizing that I was meditating. I just know I zoned out. And when I came to, I felt refreshed. Did not know that was meditating. And I was listening to normal song like a regular rock and roll or R&B song, but it was something, but they were positive, right? And so it took out the negative energy, took out those negative things that I was dealing with and put in something positive. And the song, okay. The card that clarified this is Sabat, clarity, right? Because you get clear when you push things out. I just spoke of this. You Once you get that
Also,
cleansing and that flushing, you get clarity. Go ahead.
Also, I wanted to say really quickly, we have to remember that our bodies get filled so quickly with everyday tasks and everyday things. And so it's imperative that you are conscientious about flushing things out,
Mhm.
which is what you can do with the frequencies. Because once you're at capacity, what's going to happen? You're going to blow. So you have to make sure that you're flushing things out so that you can fill yourself back up. So
Exactly. And also, and I do want to bring this back again. If you just tuning in, last week I did share that on my channel, Healing Room Tarot. You can look it up on YouTube or you can follow my page. Go to my page and go to the videos. I had to do a specific reading for because I do spiritual updates, progress reports. Spirit wanted me to use music. I didn't know why I was using music. And so there for each sign, there's a specific song that you are to listen to so that it can help you with the clearing. So I just wanted to point that out. And thank you, Ashley, for pinning that. But it was all interesting because for me, for the sign of Cancer, only because I remembered it, we had to listen to the OM. And every time I've listened to it, when I tell you, I just felt refreshed and renewed. And I said, exactly. That's how you should feel by listening to those songs. I know I want to say it was Scorpio that had something like heavy metal. And I was just like, wow, but Spirit was saying with even with songs like that, I need to disrupt your norm to put something new in. So if you watch that video, listen to that video, and you're just like, I don't like that music, that is why, because Spirit is trying to disrupt the norm that you go through every day. The next card, the Larimar, and it says sensitive emotions. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self care and gentleness. Extra self care and gentleness. How do we do self care? Um, I'm really seeing a spa right now. So for some of you who is able to do that, going to the spa is your thing. But another thing is listening to the music. What type of music do you get at a spa? You get the light sounds. You get the nature sounds sometimes. You get the OM sometimes, right? In these places, and it's because it's soothing music. So if you are one that is always um when you get home, you've gone through like turmoil. I'll just say a treacherous day, what have you, right? You've had a long day and you just like, I just want my bed. Play that music to get that energy off of you. You don't want to carry that energy with you to your sleep because it's going to disrupt your sleep pattern, right? The card that confirmed this is Sorcery, Revolution, right? You had to revolutionize yourself, your body, your mind. And that means, okay, and if you change the frequency of your normal everyday life, that's what a revolution is. It's changing something for the better. Um, Also, the other word that's coming to me right now is renaissance. No, I'm not talking about Beyonce's renaissance. I'm just talking about the regular renaissance, okay? Okay. But renaissance is the era of change. And we have had several renaissance, I guess you'd say renaissances, but anyway, renaissance periods. How about that? On this earth. And with each renaissance, there was a big change that happened. So sometimes you have to give yourself your own personal renaissance to change. And when you go through this change, do not be surprised if the things that you used to like, you don't like no more. The people you used to hang out with, you don't hang out with anymore. I had a chance to listen to a young lady Sunday evening, and she said, the minute I decided to make this change in my life, she said, I had like 1,000 friends. I could go everywhere and friends. She said, the minute I made this change, I looked back and I was the only one there. That's what's going to happen. And when you were separated that way, Spirit is like, now I have you to myself. Now I can pour into you what I've been trying to pour into you for years. Now I can wake up the things inside of you that needs to wake up properly. Why? Because you are allowing, right? You are allowing the energies and the frequencies to flow through you freely. You don't have all the white noise behind your head. Back to you real quick, because I know I saw your hand raised.
I'm agreeing with you because I feel like you're speaking to my soul. And I just feel like I had that life defining moment when Spirit was telling me to double down on moving with a secure level of boundaries. move with a secure level of boundaries. And that's hard, especially when you're trying to incorporate boundaries with someone who doesn't respect boundaries. But that's why you have to respect yourself enough to double down on moving with a secure level of boundaries. And so that's tough in certain situations, but you'll learn how to navigate through it.
Yes, you will.
Trial and error, you'll learn how to navigate through it.
Yes, you will. The last card that came out is Moldavite, and it says unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. So, what I'm getting is this is mainly for those of you who walk to the drum of your own beat. People are always saying that person weird. Like, look at what they got on. Look at how they walk. Spirit is saying continue to do that because what you're doing is you're, how can I say this in a way that's understandable? Because I'm seeing, it's a visual picture that I'm seeing. So it's, what you're doing is, thank you. That's the word. You're perfecting the craft that you are by being your authentic self. A lot of times when people are not their authentic selves, that's when they start to succumb to the world around them. Have you ever seen somebody who they were shy 1 minute, they start hanging around these people, and next thing you know, they're no longer shy, but they're snapping at folks. They think that they're they're uppity and like, oh my gosh, like, did you see that person? Da, 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 look, you see what they're wearing? And you're just like, okay, that wasn't you when you first came in. And it's because what happens is that the frequency that they were on when they first got there has been removed and replaced with negative frequencies, right? That's why, okay, I'm in a fraternity, right? I often say to people, do not join a Greek organization. In fact, don't join any organization because you think it's going to make you something that you're not, because it's only going to magnify who you are already. It's only going to magnify who you are already. And so you get sometimes when people make the organization everything about them, and all you see is them in their paraphernalia, and they all they want to talk about is that, it's because they lost themselves. And when the organization gets to a point in their life where it does not hold the same value, then that's when you see a lot of people start to demonize these organizations. That's when you see a lot of people leaving.
Pause. That is so true. I'm gonna just build off of that because in the grand scheme of things, you have to remember none of that matters if you don't have principles, morals, and integrity. It doesn't matter what organization you're a part of that's going to get you to that next level in your career. In the grand scheme of things, none of that matters if you don't have integrity, morals, and principles. And if you're not truly standing on these things within your own self. I just had to say that because so often during my college term, people were trying to get me to pledge a certain sorority that should remain nameless. And I was just like, I don't want to pledge. That's not my thing. It's just not my thing. And it just, I just keep going. Go ahead.
Right. And so, and I use that as an example, but you can use it in any purpose of your life. So, okay, another thing, and I have often said that because, so I had a huge, I was a huge fan of Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Okay, that was my girl. That was my girl, right? When she died, it hit me. But then Spirit revealed to me I had to take her, because if I didn't, Where she was going to change her frequency, and she was going to become somebody that she was not meant to become. And I sat with that, and I was just like, oh. And so spirit has often done that with people that we know. Oh, this person finally got their life together, and we thought they was on the right road, and oh my gosh, now they're no longer here with us. Right. Because spirit will always make sure that you're in the right frequency so that spirit can have access to you. So don't think that a death that happened or occurred happened in vain. It was more so to protect that person, because we don't know where that road was going to lead that person. Um, and the card that clarified the Moldavite card is Hood Love Community. No lie, it says Hood Love, right? And if you think about the hood, no matter which hood you grew up in, we all know that we have different things. There's certain ways that we do things in our hood. We know certain people in our hood. And when we see something that is not right in our hood, yo, you saw that? Right. What they doing here? What's going on your street? I saw the cops go by. That's what your body that's what your body does. When a person first is introduced to something that's not meant for them, there's this initial hesitation, like, should I be doing this? And I often tell people, if it don't feel natural to you, baby, you should not be doing it, because you're going against the grain, that your natural grain, your natural essence. And what's going to happen is that you're opening yourself up for something to come in and to change you, who you are, to change your frequency. And most time people get to a certain place and they're like, how did I get here? How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here, right? And so it's just like you finding yourself in a place that you just like, how did I get? Because somebody changed your frequency. And Bestie can tell you. I used to tell people all the time, because let's be real, we were in the college campus where they smoked trees, read between the lines. And people would ask me, do you? And I'm like, no. I'm like, music is my high. Just turn on some music. And to this day, baby, it can be, I don't care what type of music. If it's got a beat where I can dance to, I'm gonna move. And I have to move because it's something about my frequency and music that I gotta move. There's been times when I've danced and there wasn't any music playing, because it was in me. Just dance, right? Because that's the frequency. It will get me to that frequency where spirit wanted me to go. So if you are this odd duckling, this odd one out, and you got a little bounce to your walk, keep on bouncing, baby, because that's who you are naturally, because that's what keeps your frequency intact, right? And keep doing that.
Keep doing that. And also remember that emotional intelligence is going to take you so much further than having intellectual intelligence. When you are emotionally intelligent, you know how to shake and move out here. You know how to understand, overstand, and understand someone on an emotional level. A lot of people are not emotional intelligent. They're intellectually intelligent. They're book smart. Might even be street smart. But
okay,
they're not emotionally intelligent. And when you have an intelligence that is directly connected to emotions, you understand why people do the things that they do, why they react, how they react, how imperative it is to heal yourself, so that when you do react, you're not reacting from a trauma response. You're reacting from a response that's logical. It's not emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And we all fall for it. Nobody is perfect. I'll be the first to say most of my reactions might be emotional. But since I have started my healing journey, I tend to lean on the logical side, especially in my romantic relationships. And I'm so proud of that. I'm proud of that milestone because once upon a time, it was always emotional. It was always how can I react the quickest and be the wittiest, and none of that matters. None of that matters now. Have emotional intelligence.
Okay, definitely.
That was definitely a life-defining moment when I realized how important emotional intelligence was over being intellectually intelligent. That was such a life-defining moment. And those cards were beautiful. What deck was that? I need to get that deck.
Oh, this was my first deck. Crystal Angels.
Oh my God.
That was my very first deck.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Now,
was that the one from Mama? Or that's the one that you had before you went and picked up the deck from her?
No, this was the first one. So what happened was I was trying to order one deck. In fact, I think I was trying to order my moon deck and I got sent that deck and I was just like, okay. So you want me to start off with the angels. Okay. And I was going to say, because it's also crystal angels, I was going to also mention that if you have crystal stones, right? If you hold them in your hand, you can feel the vibration. And I will say, yes, you will feel your heartbeat through your fingertips. Let's be real, because we can do that, right? But we're also feeling the frequency of that crystal matching your heartbeat, beat, sound, frequency. I just want you to understand that's why your heart beats the way it does, because it's on its own frequency. That's why when you go into cardiac arrest, they have to pump your heart a certain way and so many times to make sure it gets back on that what frequency. So just understand that. So and like this one, like I've been holding this one just about during the entire reading. Oh my goodness. I put it down, I feel one way. I pick it up, it's like a jolt of energy. So I must needed this one tonight. But definitely, if you don't have crystals, get into the crystals. Look into how crystals can heal you, right? Because there are crystal healings. And like even the cards that I was reading tonight, all of these are crystals. So if you found yourself in one of those cards, make sure that you get that crystal and hold it dear to you. Wear it on you. Or sometimes you can find bracelets like these and put them on as well. Okay? Listen.
I bracelets. I just feel like I'm protected by every angle. Like I have my oils that I wear on my forehead, but when you have these gemstones, like you moving, you really out here moving, like protected and connected. Because remember, when you go in the sun, that photon energy charges these crystals up. So you are moving on a different like level. Like when you are charged,
yes.
Like when the seed is charging your crystals up, you're moving on a different level out here, and you can feel it. Like you can literally feel when that photon energy hits you that you are charging up. So thank you for showing that Bestie. And you out here dropping gems left and right. We're just trying to teach you how to move. We're trying to teach you guys how to exceed any level that anyone has tried to cap you at, okay? There's no cap to your capabilities. We're trying to help you guys exceed any level that people have capped you at.
Right.
Okay? We are here to build you guys from the ground up. Because that's essentially what you have to do. Once you've been indoctrinated, you got to knock all them walls down and really build yourself back up from the ground up and start over. And that's what I've had to do. Bestie has done that. And you guys have to do it too. And it's not hard to do. It's just about reprogramming your mind. Yes, I love that ring too.
Yes.
It looks like it's heavy. Is it heavy, B?
It's not heavy. It's not heavy at all, but I promise you, it's one of my favorites. I had another one, a black citrine, in it, the wire broke, so I have to find somebody to fix that for me. But yeah, I love these. Got these from Copper Creations out of Greensboro, North Carolina. They do amazing work. Amazing work. They even have for the ladies. They have like I don't want to say a bra, but like swimwear made out of copper wire with yeah, they have arm pieces, and I was like, listen. Oh my God. Like yeah, they have so many beautiful, I mean, and their stones are huge on those pieces. So yeah, and they cost about $500-600. And I said I see why, but yeah, Copper Creations, shout out to them.
It's worth it, yeah. Because I'm sure it's like a what, not like a lifetime warranty, but I'm sure it lasts like damn near a lifetime. Because copper, like I have copper cups from many years ago, and yes, they may have turned a different color, but they have still held the original shape. So before I forget, we have now reached the time that we are opening up the floor for anyone, any brave soul, to come forward with any question that they would like Magoon to answer. Any brave soul. Yes. And if you guys need some time to come up with a question or a concern that you guys have, feel free to use this time to ponder up a question that you guys want to ask any brave soul. What an interesting topic. And I'm so glad that we decided to move forward with it, Bestie, because I did think at one point it may have been too much information. So I tried to condense it down to only a couple of bullet points. Because, you know, you can list every frequency for every element.
Listen.
And we can be on here until the cows come home, until the chickens come home. What are we doing? So I was like, let me go ahead and just condense everything. Because I don't want to be on here too long. But what I'll do is I'll put in my story, I'll just do a list for you guys that you can screenshot of how you can heal what ailment. So you guys can just screenshot it. And also I did notice that someone was trying to join in our live. You can also check out my story because I gave you guys I believe I gave you guys a link of what you guys can click on to send us a DM. Or just send us a DM if you want to come on our live, and we'll have a conversation about that. So do we have any brave soul tonight that wants to come on and ask Magoon a question? Any brave soul that wants to come on? If not, we are going to wrap up tonight's episode. And we are so happy that we had so many new faces on.
Yes.
Just want to welcome you guys again. It's just beautiful to see so many different people that we are touching. And I never imagined that we would be touching this many people, Bestie, to just be candid with you. This is a candid moment. I never thought that we'd be touching so many people. Now, are you raising your hand or are you waving goodbye? We need to know if you're raising your hand that you have a question that you want to ask Magoon, or are you waving goodbye? Because we are going to wrap up if no one wants to ask a question. So going once, going twice.
Oh, okay.
Raising your hand. Okay, well, shoot, the floor is yours, my love. The floor is yours. If you want to type in the comments what your question is, Magoon is going to answer for you. Knowledge is free. You just gotta pay attention. Okay. Knowledge is free. All you gotta do is pay attention.
I'm laughing, not at you, but what Spirit said to me. So Spirit still want me to pull the cards, but what I heard Spirit say is tell her to get out of the petri dish. So you may know what that means, but that's I heard it plain as day. That's why I look like petri dish. Um, yep. Um, I'm pulling from another deck too. Okay. Um, so I have four cards here. The first one is bank failure and get out of where it's really in and out. Yeah, a petri dish. So that is the tool that scientists use to when they're looking at basically like diseases and stuff, they'll put they'll put like a drop of water to see what kind of things is living inside of that one water cell, and if it's multiple microorganisms, then it's like, okay, well, this microorganism needs to be removed out. So it's like a space where there's um in your situation, it's a situation where there's a lot of other things involved. Yeah. Um, it's a lot of other things involved in your life, and Spirit is saying, get out because it's contributing to other things. So like the first card is bank failure. So I don't know if there's something that's been happening with your finances. It can also be your because the bank, if you think about the bank, we store our money there. We have our life savings there, right? Our mobility is there through the bank. But you can also have a social bank where there's people pouring into your life. But I feel like for you, it's people around you that's taking your energy, zapping your energy out. Um, and there's something going on, right? There's a little gossip there. I don't know where it's stemming from, whether it's the gossip about you or gossip about your situation, but there's a little gossip there. And there's people watching it all happen around you. But there's also one person that know that they messed up, right? And that person is trying to figure out, you know, how can they not allow a situation to explode? But you may have already seen it, and you're at that point of I always hear this song, but it's that should I stay, should I go, I don't know. And Spirit is saying go, because what's happening, if you stay, other things will happen. Just like Soraya said, it usually it grows organisms, right? Other things will start to happen. Worse things will start to happen. Negative things will start to happen.
Did that answer your question, my love? Great.
Yep.
Good to hear. And thank you for being so brave to come on. You know, this is definitely a shift block. Regardless of how many people's on the live, we know that that's hard to come and ask a question.
Right.
So,
and I will also say this, because if it's a situation where you're going to be by yourself, or you feel like you're going to be by yourself, yeah, it's going to be okay, right? Because, and don't think of it as a, I'm seeing a video game right now, and I'm seeing oh wow, really? So Spirit just showed me the duck game from the 80s, y'all. So you know how when we shot, and if we miss, the dog would jump out and say like you miss. It's like Spirit is saying, don't think of it as a failure where people are going to be laughing. Think of it as a new beginning. And I'm seeing the Ten of Swords card in my vision right now. The Ten of Swords means you're freeing your mind. You're having a restart, a refreshing situation. And what's happening is that because you made up your mind to leave, you're gonna start noticing a lot more things happening for you. Um, Clarity. We had that card tonight, right? You're gonna start being having more clarity on things. You're gonna start doing things different, but it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things in one sitting, so you may have to process everything.
Yep.
A lot of gems. So we hope that helped you, my love, and namaste as
Yes.
always.
Yes.
Um, all right. Well, we thank everyone, especially the brave soul that was able to come on and ask their question. We thank you for being in attendance to yet another episode. We have so many people joining in now for another
I
episode.
kept saying that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. You're the reason why we do this. If we didn't have you guys here, it'd just be us just having a conversation with the cards. So we thank you guys
Yep.
for being interactive and for being so faithful, coming on every Tuesday. And just so you know, we're on every Tuesday at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely make sure that you guys
Oh,
set your notifications on. I don't know if they have that on Instagram. To be reminded every time we go live, just so that you're alerted. Because sometimes the algorithm doesn't let people know that we're going live. So
okay.
definitely, yes, we're so excited. So definitely
Yes.
check us out next Tuesday, same time, same place, Cards and Conversations, where every episode unfolds a deck of intriguing discussions. And just remember,
Yes.
guys, peace and positivity is profitable. You can make money off of peace and being positive, and just always try to stay purpose driven, not pleasure driven. And I'll leave you guys with that. I just wanted to start leaving you guys with a quote every night. So
Oh,
peace
okay.
and positivity is profitable. Be purpose driven, not pleasure driven.
Yep.
Yes, my love.
I had one thing, forgive me. I must let you all know that there is an ancestral institute that will be this is their fourth year, and they are hosting, and it will be in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Yours truly will be speaking. I'm so excited. Yes. Yes. I have been asked to present. Yes, and the wonderful thing about it is that we have connected with the traditional people of Puerto Rico. So we're going to have the Taino elders to come in and teach us some things. And for those of you who do not know, I do have Puerto Rican ancestry. And so I'm excited because I just feel like my ancestors from that beautiful island of Puerto Rico will welcome me in with loving arms and send me messages. So I cannot wait. I am so excited. And you can find the flyer. I have not posted them yet, but I am going to post them tonight on Instagram so that you can find out more information. Hopefully, you can join us. Um, and if not, there will be another one the following year. We don't know where, but I will also keep you updated on that. But yes, I just had to share that.
No, that's awesome. And since that we we pinned your Healing Room Tarot channel. Can you also put that up on that channel so that people know to go there?
Yes.
For
yes.
more information.
Yes, I sure can.
You can find D and all of his tarot things, but we'll also have him pin the information there on his Healing Room Tarot on YouTube. And thank you guys for joining us. And we will see you next week for the conversations. Have a good night. Stay safe. We love you. Bye.